I definitely would want them to remember me as someone who didn't give up, someone who basically, even everything was against me, everything was just negative, negative, negative. Um, I just want them to know that there's always a restart button.
Welcome back to another episode of Up Close. And today, who do we have?
We have Lily Lovely.
Nice to meet you, Lily.
Hi.
Go on and tell everybody, what is it that you do? What are you involved in? What do you have going on?
Well, I am a set makeup artist. I work on productions when it comes to music videos, commercials, all the works.
Okay, so you're a set makeup artist. All right, so when did you realize that was something that you wanted to get into?
Once I set on my first set, that's when I realized that definitely set production was my niche. I started with clientele first, and I noticed that clientele wasn't working. I give big props to all the other makeup artists that do work with clientele, but that wasn't my home. I feel like being under pressure, the lights, the anything production wise, people, the drawing board, the mood boards, and then making it come to life like in seconds. That's my home.
And what would you say inspired you to do that?
Honestly, looking back, I feel like I'm inspired by it since I was little. Because I remember used to watch like In the Making on MTV or the
Yeah.
behind the scenes on BET, and I used to just love, and I would sit there hours looking at when they made the Sean Paul, Beyonce. Um, like I just loved it. So now, basically, that being what I do now, and I see it happening, like it made me feel like, you know what, I was supposed to be here a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, it is a good feeling when you do that makeup or design and then you actually see everything come to fruition on the video or on the film.
Definitely.
And we have seen you on podcasts. We've seen you in Be Selfish podcast.
Yes, yes.
Go on and talk about that, and how did you get involved in that?
Be Selfish podcast is literally like a baby of mine. Um, Be Selfish, I linked up with Sherelle and we created the Be Selfish podcast. It's all about self-love, putting yourself first. I feel that with the type of content that we're putting out, I definitely want to showcase it for men and women and even teenage. It doesn't matter what age frame, but I feel like we will make the world better if we let people understand that they have to better themselves so that they could be better in society. And that way, loving yourself first, finding your own purpose will make other people understand your worth. And I feel like people will not be misunderstood so much once they set their standards.
Got you. And that's been the thing of a lot of relationship coaches and podcasts have talked about self-love, loving yourself first. How does that work when you're in a relationship?
Well, it works perfectly in a relationship because before you could tell your partner how to love you, you should know how to love yourself. That way you'll be able to tell them, I like things this way, I like to be spoken to this way, and this goes vice versa. This goes for the man and the woman. So once you'll be able to let them know, this is how I deserve to be loved, then I'm not gonna take anything less than that, then I feel like relationships would work better and you would understand each other because you have understanding of self.
Nice. And you look great today. Love the hat.
Thank
Love the
you.
outfit. Can you stand up for the model camera so we can see
Oh,
this
of
outfit?
course.
Okay, nice. Okay. So would you say you're also into fashion designing?
Not into fashion designing.
Or you just know how to dress?
Sometimes, well, I guess, I started, it's funny because modeling did kind of have a little bit of a way to, sorry, modeling did have kind of a way to guide me into makeup and stuff like that. So
Okay.
when Learning how to dress, I've learned from stylists on set. I've learned from models. I've learned from people just to get together. And as soon as I found my kind of look, I'm kind of like a girly tomboy, if you could say. I like mixing both, you know. So
So are you married?
mentally, yes.
Do you have kids?
I have two boys.
Okay. So how was it like being a mom and doing everything that you do? Are your kids involved? Do you have grown kids, small kids?
My kids are they're little. I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and they are definitely involved. They fell in love with what I do. They say that mommy paints faces for a living, so that's usually what I get from them. My oldest actually just got his first gig, a paid gig, as a little like a print ad. But they see me do this all the time. They see me with the lights. They see when I work with my man on set and stuff. We bring them on set sometimes, and they're falling in love with it.
So we're gonna ask you some rapid questions. Do you believe in gender roles?
No, I don't believe in gender roles.
When people say the table, and we talk about what a woman bring to the table, to a man's life, to a relationship, what do you feel a woman should bring into a relationship?
A woman should bring in safety. A woman should bring in basically a safe space for the man to come home and be happy with, and to basically, once they're done with that war outside, they come home and they just feel like that's who they come home to and just relax and unwind, felt understood.
Got you.
Definitely not the place for them to be misunderstood.
And what do you feel is a man's purpose, a man's job in a relationship?
A man's job is definitely to protect, to support, and not support in financially, but support as far as like if the woman has a dream, or this goes vice versa. I feel like it's a more of an equal thing. So basically, if a man has dreams and the woman has dreams, if they could help each other both succeed those dreams, I think that would be that's the main that's the main purpose, I think, in a
Yeah.
relationship, because you want to grow old. You want to grow old, and you want to make sure you get to your goals and stuff. So if each partner kind of, goes for their purpose and helps the other partner go to the purpose, then why not?
So what would you say to those who say marriage benefits a woman more than it benefits a man?
I would say to those that think that, not to think that. I think that the right marriage, or like how marriage is supposed to be, both partners should be benefiting. Like I said, it's a teamwork thing. So if any woman goes into it thinking that, oh, I get the benefit, it's because they want something in the long run. They're already looking for, oh, when we're done and through, divorce is half of, no. As long, if you didn't come up with that person and built the same way he put, and both of y'all put the same effort, then no, you don't deserve anything. But that's what I'll say to those females that think that way.
Okay. And is there a movie, book, or maybe a TV show that changed your life?
7 pounds with Will Smith definitely changed my life.
What dish do you cook the best?
Well, now I'm cooking some new dishes. See, my man's Jamaican, so I don't know. I think the escovitch fish, I'm kind of doing real good on that.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite dishes to make.
So finish this sentence. In my fridge, you will always find.
In my fridge, you would always find Danimals yogurt.
Okay. Are you a morning or night person?
I could do both, but I wake up in the morning. I take my kids to school, so morning person.
What do you think the meaning of life is?
The meaning of life, I think the meaning of life is one of like the greatest gifts that God could give us. So I think that life is just basically a story, you know? I think the meaning of it is you create your own story, you create your own journey, your own purpose. So for me, the meaning of life, I feel like it means life. It means, your beginning and end, and then you have your time in between to just make it whatever you want to make it.
Okay. What's your favorite thing to do on a rainy day?
Favorite thing to do on a rainy day? I'll probably say just hang out with my kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday? I would say Halloween.
Money or happiness?
Definitely happiness.
What advice would you give someone about love?
Advice I would give to someone about love, definitely to let go. You have to let go of past pain, past traumas, past anything that has hurt you. And then if you're trying to find new love, you have to understand that new love deserves a new page. So new love deserves a new person. If you learn from your mistakes, learn from them and make sure you don't repeat the same mistakes with the new person that you're with. So I would tell people to just let go and trust. If there was more of that, you know, I feel like more people will be able to find love.
What's something you used to believe about relationships but no longer do?
Well, my whole outlook on relationships has changed recently.
Mm-hmm.
I used to think very negatively about relationships. I used to think very negatively about, finding your person or finding your one or the whole soulmate thing. I used to like, nah, that's not real. But now I have a whole different perspective when it comes to love. I definitely do believe that you can find that one person. And I found my person. So if I'm as hard headed and annoying as I am and finding my person, then I think anyone could do it.
Got you. If you had three wishes, what would you wish for?
My first wish is having my brother here. Second wish, my kids being desiring what they want to be also. I'm still working on that wish. I can make that one come true. And my third wish, I guess a better relationship with my mother.
So, what has been your hardest goodbye in life so far?
Great follow-up question. Hardest goodbye. I'll have to split it between two. I'll have to split it between the hardest goodbye was with my brother and my old self.
Okay.
Saddest with my brother. Old self, that's a good goodbye. Literally, a good goodbye.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
No. Lust in first sight, but I don't believe in
Yeah.
love at first sight.
And if someone wrote a book about you, what would it be called?
The lily that rose from the concrete.
What would you consider your ultimate comfort food?
Brownies. Any kind of brownies.
And if you could do three things off of your bucket list, if you could only have three things on your bucket list, what would they be?
I would love to visit Africa, especially the Oshun River. That's definitely on my bucket list. The second thing, I would love to see, I don't know, I guess get my mom something big. That's probably like a little thing I just need to finish, right? And definitely just live on an island with my love.
Okay. And final question. How do you want your loved ones to remember you?
I definitely would want them to remember me as someone who didn't give up. Someone who basically, even everything was against me, everything was just negative, negative, negative. I just want them to know that there's always a restart button. You can always restart your life. You can always create a new story, a new journey. You can go towards your dreams. And I would love people to, if they meet me, they see me, and if I could leave that light in them. Like, hey, from here, you could do whatever you want. Don't let the world tell you you can't. I would love to leave that.
Perfect. So thanks for joining us. Go on and tell everybody everything you got going on. Is there any way to follow you and keep up with you?
Oh yeah, definitely. You guys could follow me on IG. It's Lily Lovely. You could click on the little link in the bio, and then you'll have all my information. You could also go to fancinematics.com. You could see basically my portfolio and all of that good stuff, and production stuff too, of course.
Okay. So we're definitely looking forward to seeing you out there. Thanks for coming on up close, and we'll see you again.
Thanks for having me.